What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy AyeThatsAaron, and we're back again with another Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash video. And today we're going to be talking about all the information that we received over the week regarding Nanami, my boy Mahito, and Eso, because we got a lot of information that we need to cover. So enough of me talking, let's get in the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video for real. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, please just let me know. Your boy Aaron is on the road to 10K, and we're getting there slowly but surely, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, let's get in the video, shall we? So ladies and gentlemen, if you guys remember last week in my previous video, we talked about the 3 new confirmed characters for Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash, and it is Nanami, Mahito, and Eso and his brother, right? We found out in the scans from last week that Eso is basically going to be playing with his brother on screen, and basically their combos are just going to be dealt together, basically. Think of how Kiba is in the Storm franchise, where it's like Kiba and Akamaru is basically going to be like that with Eso and his brother. So I think that's interesting overall. The characters seem very interesting, but you know, we're going to talk about that anyway, right? So ladies and gentlemen, the news that we got in the past week, we got a lot. We got the official trailer that showed the gameplay. We got an official scan that shows us, explains to us what moves do what. And then on top of that, we had the developers play 20 minutes of gameplay when it came to the characters overall, and then broke down more information about the 3 new characters that have just been confirmed. So we're going to talk about the scan, because hopefully it will explain everything, and I'll probably just provide clips and stuff in the background for you guys to see as I talk about these things. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be looking at the scans that have been provided by Shonen Games from Twitter, and we're going to talk about each character, but first we are going to talk about Eso. So ladies and gentlemen, the first character that we are going to be talking about from the scan by Shonen Games will be Eso, and his technique is the Rot technique. It says weaken the opponent by dousing them in blood. It says once your enemy is covered in blood, you'll be able to initiate decay to deal contiguous damage over time and lower the opponent's movement speed. And then you see a picture of Itadori with the little symbol on the side of his face. So that's basically just going to be like a way to show that the status effect is being done, basically. It says nothing is more important than the bond between brothers. The players will control Eso, and then it says with Kechizu joining in on attack combos and also as a separate summon attack. Enjoy the appeal of death paintings bond by coordinating various combination of attacks with enemies. So as you guys can see, we just mentioned, so basically he's just going to be fighting alongside his brother, and every once in a while his brother might have his own attack that he might do by himself. Now, basically, it just sounds like the Rot technique is going to be, you know, a status element ability. So in most fighting games and stuff like that, you basically have a character that is like, you know, someone who uses poison or focuses on status effects, right? So for Eso, it just basically seems like how his stuff is going to work is it's going to be like a continuous, it's going to be a poison thing, which is going to slowly deplete health, plus the movement speed debuff, which will also be a thing as well. Typically when it comes to characters like this, they don't deal as much damage when it comes to their combos. The status effects typically help and finish off what they need to finish off. So I think that's what he's going to be like. So don't expect him to be a crazy powerhouse. I just see him being sort of like that, you know what I'm saying? And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you guys some of the gameplay that was offered by the developers in the recent display of the game. And it's going to show basically Eso and his brother basically fighting. You know, you get to see the effects of the status effects, and on top of that you get to see what it was talking about when it says that both characters will be fighting together and doing combos together while also being able to do stuff on their own. Because even in some of the gameplay, you can see that Eso is kind of just standing there while the brother lunges forward to do some attacks without him. So he's going to basically be one of those like up close to potential mid-range characters plus the status effects. So I think that's going to be pretty good. Now, I was not surprised that they added this character in the game, honestly, because he was a crucial part of the story. I just think he was going to get his own character slot. I originally thought he was going to be one of those story-only characters, but the fact that they're doing them like this and going to make him play like this as well, I think that's pretty cool, and I think there's a lot of potential that be had there. Now, the next character that we are going to be talking about, who is practically everyone's favorite, will be my boy Mahito. And it says that his curse ability or his curse technique will be Idle Transfiguration. It says damage begins to add up each attack and continues to strike the enemy. It says as long as the attack Idle Transfiguration continues to hit the enemy, it will continue to do damage. Mahito can also contort and change his body as well as create and reconstructed humans. Use these techniques in order to focus on continuous damage. And then it says at the bottom, Mahito's awakening attack is his domain expansion, self-embodiment of perfection. Mahito is indeed a terrifyingly strong foe. This domain expansion vastly increases the reach of his Idle Transfiguration attack, in which you can summon and reconstruct humans to stop the enemy in their tracks and crush them. Truly a frightening domain. Now, the way the scans make it sounds like he's going to be able to summon characters, or I guess these quote-unquote humans, to show up on the map to help cause damage. I'm not 100% how that's going to work, because that's what it sounds like to me. But I didn't really get to see that in the gameplay footage that they provided us, but it's whatever. Now, Mahito's main thing is basically with his combos, you get to see him, change the shape of his body, right? You get to see his hands turn into little spears. You're going to see him stretch out his fists to do some combos, stuff like that, and I think that's pretty cool. Now, I feel like, because I remember somewhere that they mentioned that there was going to be a lot of, basically his whole gimmick is going to be the transformation of his body, and because of the transformation of his body, it will make him basically like a deadly looking character. Now, I'm going to provide gameplay up on screen from the developers whenever they were playing with Mahito and just talking about the character overall. It basically just looks like, he's just turning his hands and stuff into different weapons, like the drill, the stretchy punch, stuff like that. Now, if they really want to make him like a really GOAT tier, like a really amazing character, they should add in some transformations. Not saying that he should be like out here transforming left or right, but it would be pretty cool. They gave him like the bird wings for him to fly for half a second, stuff like that. Change into an animal or two. I think it would be pretty cool. It will really add to the gimmick of the fact that he's able to transform his body like that, Next, I'm going to put gameplay up on screen of his domain expansion, and we get to see what it basically looks like. Now, he performs it on Nanami, and I'm going to, zoom in on it because it's, whenever they displayed it, it was very small. And actually, now looking at the footage, yes, it does look like he summons little people to pop out and help do combos. Because if you guys can see in the gameplay provided by the developers, when Mahito dashes, it looks like a little small human jumped out and grabbed Nanami. And so I think that's what's basically going to happen. You're going to be able to summon those little people to help do those combos. And basically the effect that he had, where the more combo hits he gets, the more damage he'll be able to deal. So I think that's what's going to help with it overall. Now, my theory is with the domain expansion, maybe the little humans will just spawn out of nowhere to jump on Nanami or whatever opponent it is to be able to catch them, to be able to do these things. That's my theory, at least. Not 100% sure, but that's what I think is going to be going on. But Mahito's domain expansion and the character overlock is looking very interesting. I hope he has a lot more curse abilities. I want to see more of his curse abilities because he seems pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. He seems very close to mid range, but I feel like once you pop that domain expansion, he's gonna be like a long range character. But I don't know. But yeah, that's what Mahito is looking like in the game. Ladies and gentlemen, the next character we're going to be talking about will be Nanami. And it says right here, power yourself up with overtime. If you know Nanami, you know he hates overtime. When the battle timer is slowly coming to an end, overtime will activate. Once activated, Nanami's curse power will skyrocket. That is actually insane. It says right here that the ratio technique. It says aim for a critical hit. If you hit every strike with the 7th out of 10th timing signature, a special gauge. Oh, it says aim for a critical hit if you hit every strike with a 7 out of 3 timing signature. Okay, I thought it was trying to say something like a statement, but it's whatever. It says a special gauge as seen on screen above will appear as you use Nanami's unique attack. When you time your attacks correctly and the two retinals perfectly align, then you'll be able to deal increasing damage to the enemy. If your ratio technique manages to connect, then you'll do even more damage to your opponent than normal. Okay, so basically with him, his gimmick will be the timing. So basically how you play with him is with each strike, you have to time it just right for you to be able to get the maximum damage. That's pretty clean. I like that a lot. I like when games do that because it adds that extra level of skill and finesse when it comes to a character. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to use my boy Nanami, you're going to have to be specific with how you fight with him and be able to get used to his timing so you could be able to do the most damage that you can do. Because honestly, The fact that he already gets a boost when the time is running out is already cool. Plus the fact that you have to time his attacks to do more damage is absolutely sick. So ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to be on your P's and Q's when it comes to my boy Nanami, because he has the potential to be one of the craziest characters in this game. And then I'm going to just put some of the gameplay up on screen so you guys will be able to see what I was talking about when it comes to Nanami's gameplay overall. But yeah, like I said, Nanami seems like he's going to be an insane character and has potential to be one of the most powerful characters in the game if he's put into the right hands. Finally, we're going to look at the bottom part of the scan where it says the current playable character types, so people can understand where these characters fall and how they're going to behave in game. So let's go over this, shall we? So it says right here, the current playable character types. It says to this day we have shown off 14 playable characters. One such character that we have printed out above, Eso and Kechizu, is a character where timing is the most crucial, and we would rather see them as perfect for advanced players. There are more playable characters to join the fray, so keep a lookout for some more news coming soon. The fact that they've already confirmed these characters, dropped trailers for them, and dropped some gameplay for them, this game is practically finished. Like, this game is practically finished, and we just need a little bit more time for us to finish out getting the characters information and the marketing. But these characters are practically finished. Now, since we've seen the gameplay for these 14 characters, we should be expecting a new trailer soon when it comes to more characters, so we can be able to see who's going to round out the roster. My hopes are Gato and Yuta. I think it's going to be Gato and Yuta are going to round out the game overall to put us past that 15 character threshold, but that's just me. But I think that's what we're going to get. Now, going back to the chart that they talked about, we get to see where these characters are going to fall at on the map when it comes to close range, long range, advanced, beginner friendly, and characters are going to be all range. So if you look at the screenshot, Sukuna and Gojo are going to be all ranged characters. I'm not surprised about that. Characters that are on more of the close range spectrum will be Nanami, Itadori, Panda, Maki, and then Inumaki. But as you guys can see on the little map thing, it seems like Itadori is going to be more beginner friendly out of everyone, which I'm not surprised about. He is the main character. And Nanami will be more beginner friendly. Panda and Maki are going to be a little bit more for the advanced players, while Inumaki is going to be in the middle. Todo, Mahito, and Kechizu, those three characters show up next up on the list. Todo is going to be a little bit more towards beginner friendly, and he's going to be more of a mid-range character. Mahito and Eso are going to be closer to the advanced slot, and they're going to be mid-range characters as well. And then we have Hanami and we have Megumi. Megumi is going to be closer to closer to long range, but still close to the mid-range area. He's going to be more beginner friendly, while Hanami is going to be more for the advanced players. Nobata is going to be much closer to the long range category and will be more beginner friendly as well. And it looks like Jogo is going to be long range overall, and he's going to be kind of in the middle as well. So it's kind of interesting to see where these characters fall, and it kind of keeps you, trying to understand what you're going to have to do for these characters. You know what I'm saying? But ladies and gentlemen, that is all the information that we got for the game so far regarding the 3 new characters. Let me know you guys' thoughts in the comment section. Are you guys happy? Are you guys disappointed? Did it all meet your expectations, or do you guys want other characters instead of the 3 that were just confirmed? Because honestly, I'm really messing with them, and I'm very excited to see who they're going to confirm next, but that's just me. But let me know you guys' thoughts in the comment section like I said before. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, please just let your boy Aaron know. And until next time, peace out.